Hey guys, welcome back to Bits of an Artist Life. Sandy here. I'm always being asked what are my favorite colors. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you all of my favorite colors from every medium that I use. I'm going to share with you my Flashe paint, oil paints, oil pastels, color pencils, jelly roll pens, gouache, watercolor, all the things. I'm going to share with you all my favorite colors. So let's jump in and get started. Let's first start with my Flashe paint. Now I do realize that I could be saying this totally wrong. It could be Flashe because I think it's French, but I call it Flashe since I'm country and from Tennessee. First favorite color would be the gold yellow. They have a cooler yellow also, but it's not very strong. It doesn't have much punch to it. This is a good, this is the yellow that's on my palette all the time and the main one that I use, gold yellow. I also like these two more neutral yellows. This is kind of more of a sunny yellow. It is the yellow ochre. And this is more of a dirtier browny yellow, raw sienna. If I had to pick one, it'd be hard. I use this to neutralize things. This is a yellow that I really like. Like this makes a nice, more neutral lemon yellow. Like if I'm gonna paint a lemon, or something like that. So I like them both. I don't usually take them both with me. I'll pick one. They're both really great. All right, next. A red. They do have a warmer red than this, but this is kind of just a good all-purpose red. It is more pink. It's on the pink side. It's like a dark pink. But I find that those are the colors like the alizarin crimson and things like that you're gonna hear me talk about. Those are the workhorses. This is not gonna paint, like if you're gonna paint a red geranium, this is not the color. You're gonna need more of the like red. This one is called ruby red. So that's my favorite red that they sell. Next are the blues. So if I had to pick just one blue, I would pick the ultramarine. It's just a good standard blue. But sometimes you need this phthalo blue is, if I had a second blue I was gonna add to my palette, it would be this one. This is intense and it's strong and it can overpower colors, but it's just one that's kind of hard to replace. It's more of like you're gonna hear me refer to like an oceany, watery kind of color. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what this one will be. Kind of like a cerulean, but this is much stronger. Then your standard white and black. You need a white, it's a nice white, and black. Now, some of you may be like, ooh, black. Those of you that have been following me for a while know that I love black to make greens. And this is just, its name is just black. Great greens. I use this, if I'm gonna use this as black, I mix it with blue or sometimes a red. Must have. I've got two extra colors that I want to tell you about that are not like on my palette. These are not colors that I would actually like paint with, but I use them as background colors in my sketchbook all the time and I love them. The first one is called Venetian Pink. And it is gorgeous, guys. It's like a gray, neutrally pink. It's not screaming your face pink. And you can see in my sketchbook tours how I use this. The next one is called Veronese Green Hue. Probably butchering that name, but there it is. I do love this color. I still usually neutralize it a little bit. I'll add a little of this raw sienna with it or a little bit of a red. I just like to knock it down a little bit. For me, it's a little bright just on its own, even though it's still pretty on its own. I do love this, again, as a background color in my sketchbooks. Really, really pretty color. The next thing that I want to share with you are my oil pastels. So I have actually a very long list that I'm going to share with you down below that are like my favorites. It's not my whole shebang. I first ordered a whole set and then I've been adding to it because oil pastels you can't mix, you know, like you can with paint. So you need a bigger set of things. I'm gonna share with you my favorites, and then right here I wanna share with you some of the special ones. The way that I was able to tell which ones were my favorite, I did this with my oil pastels and my colored pencils. I lined everything up and I could tell who was shortest, who's been used the most. So like little baby. So I have just a few that I wanna talk to you about because they're kind of special and I wanna tell you how I use them. The first two, let's see, what are their names? Luminous Yellow and Titanium Buff. Both of these make really good flesh colors and are good replacements for white. I hardly ever use my white. It's just so abrasive. Every time I do choose to use it, I'm always like, ooh. It's just so like, you know what I mean? I never use straight up white anyways in any medium. So these make nice neutral kind of color. So if you're gonna use white in a painting, these are really good. The second one, it's got an interesting name, Vert Mousse. I think I'm saying that right. You wouldn't have a clue what the color is by the name of it because it's so weird. It looks green, and I think it is in the green family maybe, but it is an interesting color depending on what it's next to. I like to use this in place of yellow because yellows usually, like in a set like this, are like yellow. They scream yellow, which I like things to be neutral. Yellows and greens are tough. I use this if I'm doing like a lemon in a still life. I will use this in replacement of like a green or a yellow. I just love it. I don't know, it's a good one, guys. It's a good one. It's a good one. Next is Rose Ochre. This also makes a nice flesh tone. It makes a nice, not scream in your face, light pink. It's nice for cheeks or lips, like in a painting, not on yourself. It's just a really nice, not screaming pink. Does that make sense? Like it's more neutral. Next, guys, this next color, I'm gonna just tell you, I love it. It is called Violet Ochre. It does look purpley. I don't even like purple. I do not like purple, but I love this color. If I had to pick only one oil pastel to use for sketching, I only got one. I was on an island. I had to pick one, this would be it. What's interesting too, this changes depending on what color it's next to, but I'm never disappointed. Anytime I pick this up and use it, I'm always just like, that color is good. It is good. It looks gray sometimes depending on what it's next to. I don't know, guys. I don't know how to say it. I just really like it. A lot. This next color is called Cinnabar Yellow. The reason I'm telling you about this, it looks, if you just look at the bar, or look at the, whatever this is called, pastel, it looks like a dark green, but this is a very transparent color. So when you put it down, to me, the only way to explain it, it's like, you know, in spring and everything's like popping out and the grass or like the leaves on the trees, they're like this see-through yellowy green. Spring, that's what this color screams to me. And it's a neutrally green. It's not, doesn't scream green. Really nice. Really nice. All right, let's move on to number 3, oil paints. Let's do it. Oil paints, get over here. You're going to see a theme with my paints that I pick very similar colors and that I use primary colors. And often if I have a chance, I've got a warm and a cool of the primaries on my palette because you just can't go wrong with that. All right, oil paints, titanium white. That's a gimme. If I had to have one yellow, I usually do have 2 yellows on my palette, but these are my favorite colors that I'm picking. So I've got cadmium yellow pure. This is like a lemony yellow. I do have a warmer yellow on my palette often, but if I had to pick one, this would be it because I can warm this up very easily. Plays well with others. It's very, very nice. Next one is not a must, but if you have like an extra, I have 2 extras that I'm gonna tell you about. These 2. Raw sienna. I can mix raw sienna pretty easily, but it's just a nice one to have on the palette. The next one is burnt sienna. Guys, I love this color. And I've taken it off my palette before. Then I decided to mix it because it's very easy to mix with like primary colors, right? But I love sketching with this color. This color does great things with almost every other color, neutralizing it or just, I don't know, I love it. I really like it. I highly recommend it, but it's not a must, not a must. All right, let's move on to our reds. So I've got cadmium red pale. This is your geranium red, which you cannot replace. Like if you need to paint geraniums in your painting, you've got to have this. It's like a brick red, not even brick red. I can paint bricks with my alizarin crimson. All right, the other red is alizarin crimson, which is a pink. Really, if you were gonna call it something, it's a pink. It's a dark pink. It's transparent. It plays well with everybody, and you can warm it up or cool it down. It's just really, really nice. The cadmiums, here's the other reason this one's nice. It's a lot cheaper. Cadmiums are expensive. If I had to ditch one, it would be the cadmium. You cannot paint without the alizarin crimson. I mean, maybe you can, but that's just a game changer. You almost have to have that. So if you had to pick, if you're on a really limited budget, go with alizarin and you just will not be able to paint your geraniums red or other things that are like, you know, hot red, what, something. Anyways, those are the 2 reds that I recommend that are my faves. Now let's move on to blues. I feel like these 2 colors are interchangeable. Cobalt blue or French ultramarine blue. Cobalt's a little lighter. French ultramarine's a little darker. But really you can get the same thing with either one of them. The next one is cerulean blue. Now this, French ultra can't replace this, but like if you had to just pick one, it'd be the French ultramarine. But this cerulean, it's that oceany color again. It's very intense and strong and can take over other colors very easily. It's always on my palette. And last but not least, ivory black. And I'm gonna just say it again, black makes amazing greens. You do have to be a little careful with your blacks. I like ivory black. It's just like a nice neutral, because some blacks can lean heavily. They really, when you put them on your whatever, they look more like dark, dark, dark blue. But this is nice and it makes gorgeous greens with like the lemon yellow or the cad yellow or even the raw sienna. To me, it's just a must. So, okay, that's it for the oil paints. Next will be, what's on my list? Color pencils. Color pencils. This is what I did, guys. I just lined all my color pencils up and all the short boys got to come over on the video. Number 1 is, am I gonna need my glasses for this? All right, the first one is green gold. I use this and raw umber. Let's see who wins. Woo, it's a tie. They both must be equally my favorite. You probably don't need both of these. I would pick one or the other. One's a little more sunny yellow, one leans a little more to the brown. It's kind of like this, all right? It's the same kind of thing. There's like a theme going on. Are you feeling it? All these color pencils, except for the last one, are the Faber-Castell Polychromos. Next is light purple pink. I have no idea why it has the word purple in it, because to me there's like no purple. It's just a really nice pink. I like to use it for cheek colors, lips. I'll sketch with it, just, you know, do a whole page with it. I really like it. Next favorite color is magenta. It's kind of just, this one's like a nice neutrally, I would say it's like purpley, pinky niceness. I don't know, it's good. I like it. The next one is my favorite blue. It's Perusian blue. And I just do not care for blues that scream in your face. So this is a more neutrally neutral. I'm saying that word so much. It's just, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, the next one is an interesting color. I'm kind of even surprised I bought it. It's called Delft. I think that's how you say that. That's how I'm saying it. Blue. Kind of a purpley blue, but it's not screaming your face purple, because I don't like purple. Good one. Next and last of the polychromos is called Olive Green Yellowish. Now, I really like the word yellowish, and I'm glad they added it, but I don't think it describes this color at all. I would say it's definitely in the neutral category. Very neutral, but it leans to the green. I think olive green is a good name for it, but the yellowish part, I don't know. Last but not least, other color pencils. Those of you that have been around a while probably saw my art supply haul. I keep calling that video U-Haul. I don't know why. I'll be like, Grady, my U-Haul video is doing really good. I got this color pencil. I did not order it, but it came with my order. And I was like, ugh, metallic gold. So this is a Prismacolor very thin. The name is metallic gold. That's the color. And I was like, metallic gold? But I love it. I love it. Like, I've used the dickens out of it. It doesn't scream metallic gold. It's just this really nice neutral. In that video, in the U-Haul video, I sketch with it at the end on white paper. But guys, recently, in fact, this may have been in the last video that I did, the sketchbook tour. Can't remember if there's pages in there of that, where I use this on black paper. Okay, it's so nice. It's really smooth. I don't know. It's just good. It's really, really good. That's it for the color pencils. Let's move on to gouache. Not gouache, gouache. I'm trying to think of how people have pronounced it. It's pronounced gouache. You probably can guess my colors. Finding a theme here. My gouache, let me just tell you. So gouache, I'm gonna give you my gouache colors and my watercolor. Gouache, let me back up. Watercolors are very transparent. Gouache is very much like watercolor, but it's chalky, okay? It's a little more difficult because of the chalkiness. You have to know the colors. They don't mix as easily. You cannot mix them to death. You have to be a little gentle with them, and you need to know your colors. And a limited palette is the key with gouache. All right, lemon yellow. I just find like a lemon yellow does a job. I don't need a warm and a cool. This cooler can be warmed up so easily with my two reds that I have. I also have a yellow ochre on there. Use this a lot in my gouache. I really like it. My two reds, flame red, which there's your geranium red, right? It's very intense. It will take over easily. Like you just need to barely dab your paintbrush in it. It's like an orangey red lipstick. But I don't go to this as much as my primary magenta. So this is like your alizarin crimson and your ruby red, that, you know, your flash paint that's more of like the pinky red. You just really can't replace it. So there's that. White, it's just a primary white. Nothing exciting there. My two blues are just like my other palettes. Sorry guys, making a lot of noise. I've got the ultramarine blue. And I have primary cyan. I think that's how you say it. So there's like the cerulean blue, but this is actually more like a phthalo maybe? Yeah, it's more like the phthalo. So it's intense. It'll take over easy, but it's got more of that oceany, what I'm calling oceany. Oh, okay. You get it. Drum roll, like this is gonna be a surprise. Primary black. That's the black that I like in the gouache. It's just that nice black that doesn't lean one way or the other. And once again, it makes amazing greens with your yellows. Oh, did I skip something? No, I did not. Okay, let's move on to the jelly roll pens. Y'all are not gonna be happy with me. They don't have color names on here. And there's a bunch of numbers in different places, but I can't figure out what is like the color number. So sorry. Okay, my first favorite color, if I had to just pick one, it would be the white, because it is gorgeous on black paper or dark paper. I love it. And again, you can see that in some of my sketchbook tours. I do have black, I put that in here, but I'm gonna just say forget black. It's nice. I like these jelly roll pens. Like, it's nice. I'm gonna take these glasses off because I don't need to read right now. It's good, it's nice. I also like this color, which doesn't have a name, but it's very maroon. If I had to name it something, I would name it maroon. It's not brown, and it's not pink or red, but it's nice. It's just a nice neutral, but with a little oomph color. All right, next is this. This is in their I think it's called like their Moonlight series. They have this series that look great on dark paper that really like show up. And this is this is like a bright hot pink, which normally would not be in my wheelhouse at all, but this looks so good on black paper. And again, you can see it in my sketchbooks. I'll probably put a little footage here of it. It's really wonderful. Those are my jelly rolls. All right, last but not least, watercolor. Where are you, watercolor? Years and years ago, when I first started painting, I painted only in watercolor and I had a much larger palette. And I'm telling you guys, simpler is the better. If you get primary colors and learn your palette, it makes life so much easier. You can carry a smaller palette. It's less money to spend. All of us though get roped in to find all kinds of colors. Don't do it. Let me tell you my colors. Where are you colors? Here you are. Windsor lemon, so lemon yellow, first and foremost. Raw sienna, same theme here, raw sienna. You don't have to have raw sienna. I don't know, maybe you do, maybe you do. Next, my two reds. You know, the warm red and the cool red. So I have cadmium red deep, that's your geranium red. Let me give you two different colors and two different brands. Daniel Smith carries a quinacridone magenta, that's really nice. And then in my Holbein's permanent alizarin crimson. Then I have a burnt sienna on here. Daniel Smith carries one that's called quinacridone burnt orange, which is delightful. Like, I really like it. It's very transparent. I just love having a burnt sienna color on there, guys. And it's just such a workhorse. Did I just spit on y'all? I feel like I just spit. All right, it's a workhorse. I love it. Then I have my ultramarine deep and cerulean blue. It's that same theme of warm and cool. and then I also have a black. This could be a really good video, guys, to share with others, like somebody that's starting off painting or starting off in a new medium. There's a share button below and you can share it in multiple different ways, or you can copy it and paste it and stick it in an email or something. I want to thank you guys so much. Y'all have been just so encouraging. I love getting comments from you guys, especially like detailed ones where you're telling me like this specific thing was so encouraging or so helpful, or I really liked this in your sketchbook tour, whatever. It is like fuel for keeping me going, making these videos, and I just love it. You guys have really been showing a lot of support lately, and I thank you so much for it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. That helps me out a ton. Like the video, share it. All right, guys, that's it. My favorite colors and all the mediums that I'm currently constantly working in. Thanks for joining me again in the studio. As always, it's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.